Mussina, who has retired 19 Red Sox in a row. Millar has lined to third and flied out to right field. And 2 at-bats today against Mussina. Laces this one foul back into the seats to even the count up at 1-1. 55,015 on hand here today for the 4th and final game of the series, the 7th consecutive sellout here at Yankee Stadium. And they have been treated to a pitching gem on both sides. Went up top that time, and Millar goes chasing 1-2.
Now the stadium's been crowded all weekend. The city's been empty. Everybody's coming back into the city last night after the long weekend.
Mussina trying to make it 20 in a row. The 1-2, and he's done it. 8th strikeout for Mussina, the 20th consecutive Red Sox batter to be retired by the Yankee right-hander.
Now, and again, these 2 guys today have been unbelievable with their control. You see Flaherty set up outside. That may be a little bit generous, but I'll tell you what, Montague has been generous to both pitches all day long.
One down, and here is Nixon. He grounded out to second base in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 5th. They play him to pull with Matsui a step or 2 towards right center field. The Yankees center fielder. Fouls it off. Red Sox pen is still busy out there, but a new guy is up. Yun Kim, after we saw Embry and Timlin an inning ago. They're now both sitting down, and Yun Kim is warming up. Pedro still in the dugout. The 0-1 to Nixon. Over the top that time with that pitch. 1-1. Mussina 2 pitches shy of 100 today. He's thrown 98. With 1 out in the top of the 8th inning. Fouled off. 1-2. Oftentimes when you see what the pitching matchup is going to be, and you see Mussina and Martinez or somebody along those lines, oftentimes the pitching matchups that you expect to be great matchups don't work out the way that you would anticipate. That is not the case today.
Well, you know, when you looked at it, you got Mussina coming off a 2 2/3 against Baltimore last time out. You know he was going to be ready for the start, and Pedro's always ready here at Yankee Stadium. He knows the magnitude of this game today.
1-2 sent to center field. Matsui's got it lined up, and he takes care of out number 2.
Stay tuned after the game for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, New England's Red Sox post-game show with extra highlights, extra interviews, and extra analysis, hosted by Bob Rogers and a new lineup of studio analysts. After the last inning, the action's just beginning.
Mussina has retired 21 straight Red Sox hitters, and now has reached 100 pitches in his outing. Bill Miller stands in and takes strike 1. Miller grounded back to the mound in the 2nd, and fouled out to the Yankees catcher in the 5th. Missing to even it up at 1-1. They're in the 8th. Last base runner for the Red Sox in the 1st inning. Action in the Yankees pen. No, it's just a Rivera standing. He's stretching. He's not yet begun to warm out there. This guy up in the Yankees pen at the moment. A 2-1. Sent foul back to the backstop, and it evens up at 2-2. Strikeouts for Mussina on the afternoon. He's retired 21 straight Red Sox hitters. Is 2-2 to Miller. And a full count now to Bill Miller. Waiting on deck for the Red Sox, Jason Varitek. Pitch. Ball 4. The Red Sox have their first base runner since way back in the first inning. 21 straight retired by Mussina, and Bill Miller works the 2-out walk here in the 8th. Well, that'll bring John Flaherty to the mound to talk to Mussina, who has just recently gone up over 100 pitches. Varitek 0 for 2 today. He has struck out twice, both times swinging against Mussina. Miller diving back to the bag at first.
Bill Miller only 1 steal on the season. He's been caught 3 times.
Varitek 0 for 9 now. 0 for his last 9. Up and away, and he's ahead 1-0. Red Sox got their run in the first. The Yankees got their run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jason Giambi with an RBI single for the Yankees, an RBI double for Manny Ramirez. First strike to Varitek, and it's 1-1. The Yankees have a left-hander up. Chris Hammond is up in the bullpen, while Byung-Hyun Kim continues to work in the Boston pen. Hammond up in the pen. One up top. Varitek couldn't get it. It's 1-2 to the Red Sox catcher.
2 more of the pitches this inning from Mussina have been up and out of the zone. I think maybe some of those by design. I'm not sure all of them, though.
He was up over 100 pitches and trying to get out of here the 8th inning to secure the 1-1 game. The check on Miller is back in plenty of time.
Now 1-2, 2 outs. Always the possibility that last-ditch attempt to get into scoring position. That's why the throw to first base by Mussina.
Now is 1-2 to Varitek. Is hit high in the air down the right field line towards the corner. Will it stay fair? Will it stay fair? The answer is no. It kept twisting away, had the distance, but it goes foul. And Varitek will stand back in there with a count of 1-2.
Boy, it was so tough to tell from our angle. Varitek just kind of stood at home plate and watched it. No question about the distance. Again, it's that high fastball. But pulled foul in the upper deck.
Wow. I still think he may have a chance.
Yeah, he tried to buy it. And there were about, I'd say, 500 umpires up in right field bleachers that were pointing at foul.
Well, Stottlemyre out to talk now to Mussina after that mammoth blast to right.
Mussina has given up 12 home runs on the season. David Wells has given up the most for the Yankees, 16. Pettit 13, Clemens 13.
Mussina has thrown 110 pitches here today. The most he's thrown of the season is 120. Did that second time out against the Twins at home. The 1-2. Veritek sends it foul off the other way this time, off to the left. Very deep in right field is Curtis Pride out there in right. The switch hitting catcher Jason Veritek. And another check on Bill Miller. Veritek swings and gets a piece, fouling it off in behind him, and he stays alive. Mussina the last few times out, and again we mentioned that last time was just a very brief outing for him and only lasted 2 2/3 against the Orioles. Last time he was up over 100 pitches. Got to go back to June 15th and a start against St. Louis in which he won in an 8-inning performance. 1-2 finally gets Veritek to conclude the inning on the 9th strikeout of the day for Mike Mussina, and we head to the last of the 8th, still tied at 1. Tied at 1. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. Manny Ramirez's RBI double back in the first gave the Red Sox their run as Enrique Wilson with 2 doubles scored the Yankees run. He was brought in on a single by Jason Giambi. Mussina went through a string of retiring 21 straight and 22 out of the last 23 batters. Mussina going 8 innings, giving up just the 1 run, 9 strikeouts. Pedro Martinez is done after 7 innings, giving up 1 run, 5 hits, no walks, and Pedro struck out 11. He departs, and the Red Sox bring on the right-hander Byung-Hyun Kim.
Byung-Hyun Kim worked an inning in the game yesterday here at the stadium, had 1 strikeout. He certainly draws a ovation from these Yankee fans when he's introduced, because that going back to the World Series.
And Enrique Wilson taking ball 1 from Kim. Bill Miller a few steps in on the grass at third. Wilson, Zeal, and Giambi, the anticipated trio for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 8th. Pedro throwing 115 pitches today, 79 for strikes. As Wilson taking the strike, 2-1. With a pair of doubles off Pedro Martinez, 2 of the 5 hits that Pedro gave up over 7 innings. There's a strike, 2-2. So Kim has battled back to even the count, and with 2 strikes, Bill Miller will back up at third base onto the dirt. Ground down the first base line, foul. Ted Millar picks it up for good measure.
One thing about Kim, I mean, he is more than just getting 3 outs in a game. You know, Brady could use him for 3 innings if he'd like to. This guy was a starting pitcher.
It is likely up to the bullpens now, as a great pitching matchup from the starters today, Mike Mussina and Pedro Martinez. The 2-2 darts down and in, and it is a full count to the Yankees leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pedro Martinez, who was 6-2 coming into today's outing, leaves with a no decision. Now the payoff pitch from Kim. Sliced foul into the mezzanine level off to the left.
Ricky Wilson fouling off a pretty good pitch there by Kim. Kim going to the outside part of the play with that sinking, tailing fastball, and Wilson stays alive by just slapping it foul.
Now the 3-2. Again fouled off. Pretty good day today. Enrique Wilson, who did not begin the day in the Yankees starting lineup, came on after Soriano had fouled a pitch off of his hand partially and then struck out. He left the game after that, and then Enrique Wilson came on to go 2 for 2 against Pedro.
Yeah, Enrique Wilson's playing a lot more baseball than he thought he was going to today.
Payoff pitch lifted in the air to left. Manny Ramirez looking up. It is the sun field looking up into that sun, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Let's check in with Tom Karen. Tom?
Don, our Citizens Bank, not your typical fan. Sister Julia Marie, you're stationed here in the Bronx, but you grew up in Dorchester.
Right.
And you're a big Red Sox fan.
Yes, all my life.
And it's tough to be a Red Sox fan down here.
Yes, I live with 16 other sisters. 2 are Mets fans, 14 Yankee fans. I'm on a stand-alone for the Boston Red Sox.
and we were saying before, you might say a prayer or two for the bullpen?
I surely have.
They need it. Now, you're one of the many Yankee fans. How has she been around the Yankee fans?
Oh, all my life.
And how's she doing around all these Yankee fans?
Well, she's putting up with this.
Even with the hats?
Yes.
Back to you guys.
All right, Tom, thanks very much.
Is that rally caps?
I think so. Good swing from Todd Zeile. And he's down 0-2. We're told that x-rays on both Jeter and Soriano are negative, both listed as day-to-day, so no fractures for either Soriano or Jeter. They both had x-rays done at Beth Israel Hospital in Manhattan. Zeile strikes out, and Byung-Hyun Kim makes quick work of him for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now, Zeile has not had a very good day. 3 strikeouts since coming in for Derek Jeter back in the 2nd inning. Upstairs with that fastball, the rising fastball that time from Kim.
Here is Jason Giambi, who's 2 for 3 today with an RBI. He tied the game with his single in the 6th inning that scored Enrique Wilson, and they won't let him beat him this time.
How about this, huh? 2 outs.
That's respect.
Intentionally walking Giambi, who can quickly put one on the board. He's got 23 in the season. And they'll take their chances with Sierra.
And the 4-pitch intentional walk.
Well, I'd rather have that, Don, than go out and say, well, let's work around him. You know, he always seems to make some type of mistake in that situation.
Saw how well that worked against Jim Thome in Philadelphia.
Right. That's exactly right.
Dave Wallace will go to the mound, the interim pitching coach for the Red Sox. First time that Dave Wallace has gone to the mound on this day in which Pedro Martinez was magnificent. 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. He didn't walk anybody, struck out 11. Pedro will get a no decision as he hopes the bullpen and grab the Red Sox a victory here today. Pedro did all he could do. Giambi at first. Ruben Sierra is 0 for 3 today. And DH has flied out twice and grounded out. Move the outfielders back. They are straight away but very deep. And it'll miss inside to Sierra. In the air to left center field. Damon moves over. Johnny with the glasses down, looking up to make the catch to end the inning. We head to the ninth, tied at 1 from Yankee Stadium. By your New England Ford dealers. And by the Bone and Joint Center, Caritas St. Elizabeth's, where you don't have to be an all-star to be treated like one. Now it's on to the ninth inning back in New York, tied at 1. And as we head to the top of the ninth, Mariano Rivera into the ball game for the Yankees.
Rivera worked in the game yesterday, made his 27th appearance pitching the ninth inning. A couple of hits allowed in that inning and a strikeout for Rivera. Well rested. He hadn't worked previous to that game yesterday, following Monday. So it's come down to the bullpen as we predicted, and right now it's down to the closes. Kim against Rivera.
The top of the Red Sox order to lead it off in the top of the ninth inning. Johnny Damon's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and popped out. And on the grass at third is Zeal. And Damon takes strike 1. Much of the velocity for Rivera better this time than the last time the Red Sox were in the first series of the year. The Red Sox and the Yankees, he was 90-91. Yesterday we saw 94. And his 0-1 grounded to first base and handled by Giambi by himself for out number 1. Mussina leaving today after 8 innings, and he only gave up 2 hits in his outing, at one point retiring 21 straight Red Sox hitters. He walked 1 and struck out 9 Boston batters, including Jason Varitek today 3 times. And what was a very good outing for Mussina. A very good outing today from Pedro Martinez. And now it is up to the bullpen. And Rivera has 1 away in the ninth for Todd Walker, who fouls the first one off. Sox after the ball game will be headed to Toronto. Begin a 3-game series there and then on to Detroit prior to the All-Star break. Walker down 0-2. $55,015 at Yankee Stadium. Rivera ahead 0-2 with 1 away. Walker has 1 of only 2 Red Sox hits today, as Walker singled with 1 out in the first inning. Red Sox have not had a hit since the first inning. The base runner they have was a walk last inning by Miller. Strike 3 to Walker, and the first 2 down in the top of the ninth.
You see there how Rivera attacks left hand is the first part of that early part of the count inside. Cutter's inside. When you're thinking inside, cutter outside. Cuts it right back on the outside corner.
Omar Garciaparra today is 0 for 3 and is now 1 for 16 in this series against the Yankees. He bats with 2 outs, nobody on in the ninth.
And 1 for his last 21.
Does have 4 hits and 10 at-bats against Rivera. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Outfield set up straight away for Garciaparra with 2 down in the ninth. Inside that time, 2-1. Omar be making his 5th career All-Star appearance in Chicago on July the 15th. He lines it to left. Garcia moves over and plays it on a couple of hops. Nomar's aboard with 2 down in the ninth. The Red Sox with their first hit since back in the first inning. It comes with 2 down in the 9th.
Now this should be interesting because what happens here now, Nomar has base stealing speed, obviously. As that cut fastball stays out over the plate and Garcia Parra down that left field line. Now if Nomar steals and you can get a good jump off Rivera, that means they would walk Manny. You'd probably lose Manny and it'd be up to Ortiz against Rivera. We'll see how the Red Sox play it.
Omar gains his lead at first. Manny today 1 for 3, double to drive in a run in the first. And grounded to second and struck out swinging. Ramirez pops it up. Foul ground first base way. Giambi battling the sun will make the catch to end the inning. The Red Sox leave a man. We head to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. Back at Yankee Stadium, tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. And Byung-Hyun Kim back on the mound. He'll be dealing with Hideki Matsui, Kareem Garcia, and John Flaherty scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Matsui 0 for 3 today. Popped up. It'll make its way foul. Back into the seats. Byung-Hyun Kim on for his 2nd inning of relief. Giambi reached last inning on an intentional walk. With 2 outs in the inning, and then Kim got Sierra to fly out to Johnny Damon in center. 0-2 now to Matsui. Pedro Martinez working the first 7 innings today. 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He didn't walk anybody. And he struck out 11 before Byung-Hyun Kim came on to pitch the 8th. And he's back out there for the 9th. On the ground and through into right field. Matsui is aboard. The Yankees have the lead man on in the bottom of the 9th inning.
0-2 pitch there by Kim. Too good for Matsui. He picks up the base hit. Looked like an 0-2 slider from Byung-Hyun Kim, and Matsui topspin ground ball between that hole at first and second.
Now Kareem Garcia 1 for 3 with an infield hit. In on the grass at third is Bill Miller. Throw over. Matsui's lead was not large at all.
2 big-time starting pitching performances today from Pedro Martinez and Mike Mussina.
To Garcia. He again looked down in the direction of Willie Randolph, who reels off the signs down there. Half-hearted swing, but he did go around and offers to even the count at 1-1. Kim surveys the situation. He finds Matsui at first base with nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Grounded down the first baseline. That will be a foul ball. Just did go foul as it straddled the line all the way down.
That might have hit him off the foot because Garcia never did take off to go to first base, and that was too close not to run.
Kim was ahead of Matsui 0-2. He gave up the base hit through the right side. He now stands at first base with nobody out. Garcia now. John Flaherty waits on deck. Yankees, of course, do have Posada on their bench as well. As it's grounded foul over by the Yankees dugout. Kim, not all that far removed from being a starter, could go a while. The Red Sox don't have anybody up in their pen as Kim is into his second inning of relief. Is 1-2 to Garcia. Inside, almost hits him, and it evens up at 2-2. Garcia, the Red Sox have the outfield straight away, all the way around. Does have 8 home runs this season. On the ground, up the middle and into center field. Matsui will touch second and stop there as he rounds it. Damon up with it quickly, and the first 2 men have reached in the last of the 9th for New York.
Kim had gone ahead of both guys, both left-handed hitters. They both end up with base hits on the ground. Garcia up the middle for the base hit. Kim almost made a play on that, but it bounces off the side of the mound and by Walker. So now Flaherty, who was already sacrificed once in this game, I would imagine would be expected to do it again.
He did a very good job the first time.
Yeah.
On a bunt down the first base line on Pedro Martinez. They're going to call him back as Posada's grabbed a bat and jumped out of the dugout.
So forget the bunt. Torre figuring right now, I've got this weapon on the bench. I'm going to use him. I'm not going to give out an out by bunting. And I've got 3 left-handers, Posada, Ventura, and Pride, to try to end this game with the man at second base.
And nobody up in the Red Sox bullpen. This is Byung-Hyun Kim's game right now. Matsui reaches on the base hit. Garcia reaches on the base hit. 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 9th inning. And Jorge Posada making his way to the plate. As he pinch hits for Flaherty. Posada 254, 17 homers, 50 runs batted in. He'll be headed to the All-Star game as a starter. One for 4 with a walk yesterday against the Red Sox in Game 3 of the series.
And 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter this season.
Posada doesn't waste any time as he goes after the first pitch, missing. As a career pinch hitter, 8 for 46 at just 174. Does have a pinch hit home run. Now Kim's 0-1. Inside, and it hit him. This will load the bases. Posada struck by the pitch. And the winning run now just 90 feet away, and there's still nobody out.
Memories here at Yankee Stadium for Yankee fans coming back right now with Kim on the mound. I mean, there's no way Posada could get out of the way of that if he wanted to. Right at his knee.
There are a list of things that you didn't want to do here, and that was certainly one of them.
That was right at the top of the list. Everybody in, infield in, outfield in, nobody out.
Well, this is a guy that's had a very tough day. Robin Ventura 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. That was against Pedro Martinez. The pitch swung on and missed. He's up there hacking. Tied at 1, last of the 9th. Matsui gets his walking lead off third. The 0-1 on the ground foul.
left on the bench, Vittori, Rivera, and Mondesi. And of course, Mondesi's health is probably not good. That's why he has not been in the starting lineup.
Got a hip flexor that's been a problem for him. It's kept him out of the last two. One of the guys that Joe Torre had to use in the game after Soriano left and Jeter. That bench was very thin. 3 strikeouts today for Ventura. Here comes the 0-2. And misses inside. Two singles and a hit batsman. Led to the bases loaded, nobody out in the ninth. Swing and a miss, and for the 4th time today, Ventura has struck out. A big out for Byung-Hyun Kim in the first of the inning.
Kim goes to the slider inside to get the strikeout for Ventura. 4 strikeouts today for Robin Ventura. That ball started out on the inside corner and with that slide way inside.
I imagine there's a big difference between going 0 for 4 and going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's a very bad feeling.
Curtis Pride, the number 9 hitter, is 0 for 3. Was grounded out, struck out, popped out. Red Sox still in all the way around with 1 out in the 9th. Pride grounds it foul.
Well, Manny is really shallow out there in left field. I mean, there's one thing of bringing everybody in, but that's pretty close. The idea there is obviously to take away a base hit, but if you can catch a pop-up, you got to be in a spot where you can throw somebody out.
He wants a new baseball, and we'll get one from home plate umpire Ed Montague. And on a day that Pedro Martinez matched up with Mike Mussina in fine fashion, it has come to this with 1 out. Bases loaded for New York in a 1-1 game. The 0-1 to Pride. He'll ground it to second base. Walker bobbles it. The throw to the plate. Not in time. Game over. The Yankees gain a split in the 4-game series. And a bitter defeat here today for the Red Sox in the Bronx.
Seen a ruling on this yet. Infield in. It's the ground ball to Walker. He'll take a couple of steps to his right, try to backhand it. Can't make the play. The desperation throw. Game over.
They ruled a fielder's choice and an RBI, so Curtis Pride atoning for his error, really, even though it wasn't ruled an error in the first inning that led to the Red Sox first and only run. So Pride reaches, Matsui scores, and the Yankees gain a split in the 4-game series.
The Foxwoods chance play of the game, the last play with the bases loaded, the ground ball to second base. Pride makes contact, and when you make contact, a lot of times good things will happen. That's the Foxwoods chance play of the game.
So in front of 55,015, the Yankees win 2-1. Rivera is the winner. He is 3-0. The loss goes to Kim. He drops to 2-2. Again, the final: New York 2, Boston 1. For Jerry Remy, this is Don Orsillo saying so long from Yankee Stadium. Now it's time for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Bob Rogers and Jim Rice.
All right, Donnie, thanks very much. Terrible way for the ball game to end, Jimmy, because really we watched one of the truly great games of the season to see that kind of pitching.
We did today. We saw 2 great pitchers out there pitching today, and we just couldn't score enough runs.
Last play of the game, you want to see it again before you decide if it's a hit or an error, right?
I would love to see that again.
All right.
Because Jerry said he tried to backhand the ball. I don't know if he could get in front of the ball or not.
All right, we'll see it again, see if it's a play that Todd Walker should have made. We'll have post-game reaction. We'll hear from Red Sox manager Grady Little, and we'll hear from you as well. WB Mason's Extra Innings coming up right after this.